folks, BENTHELOONEY here. Welcome back to Artist Spotlight, where I showcase the best artists the internet has to offer. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, which is next month. Dagnabbit. Screw it. I'm going to showcase artists from Latin and South America, and who better to start with than the recent birthday boy, the vibrant Venezuelan, JDK. You guys like extra thick? Well, JDK was extra thick before extra thick was extra thick. JDK specializes in drawing girls that look so squishy and cute. Nothing is too big when it comes to JDK's art. These kind of proportions would look bad and out of place on more realistic art, but with JDK's super cartoony style, it not only looks like it fits, it helps his art stand out. Anyone who thinks that cartoony can't be sexy needs to take a look at this man's art. I like to call it sexy cute style. It looks flat out adorable, giving his characters a sense of innocence, but they're also drawn in sensual ways that make them come off as attractive. I love how his characters have big eyes, smooth curves, and cute faces. They all look like they came from an animated series that doesn't exist, but it should. JDK was one of the artists that inspired me to make my style more cartoony, and proved to me that you don't need to shade your drawings to make them look great. A good majority of his art has no shading, but I enjoy looking at his pieces more than I do looking at a super complex composition from Frank Frazetta. JDK varies from drawing fan art to creating his own OCs. My favorite of his creations would have to be Herny, who I took the pleasure of drawing on a few occasions, and who I plan on drawing more of in the future. Only problem is, he has another character named Aaron, who looks so much like Helene that I often confuse the two. I guess they're twin sisters, so you have to really get used to his art to notice the subtle differences between the two. And I finally get to talk about one of my favorite subgenres of art. Occasionally, JDK will draw traps. Now, to you young kiddies out there, traps are characters who appear to be feminine, the keyword being appear. But it turns out, they're guys, and I love them. I am a man of many tastes. JDK is a master of making cute characters that have a naughty side, something that is really fun to look at. His art is often imitated but never duplicated. Anybody who loves cartoony styles that are sexy cute should check out JDK and tell him that BENTHELOONEY sent ya. Next, we're moving on to a guy whose art is also very cartoon inspired, but it is also very desirable and appealing. He's the chill guy from Chile, Herny Duck. Now, a lot of artists' avatars is a caricature of themselves, a fan art of a character they like, or an OC of theirs. Herny is unique, as his avatar is a duck. That's pretty original. It reminds me of my love of cartoon ducks. As mentioned before, Herny's art also has a very cartoony feel to it, and I feel he never makes the same drawing twice. Sometimes he shades, sometimes he doesn't, sometimes he adds backgrounds, sometimes he doesn't. It's nice to add a little variety to your work, especially if you want to stick to the same subject matter. Herny also has his own OC, and her name is Roxy. Who says big girls can't be pretty? I've also noticed that a lot of artists have their own characters that they love to make fan art of over and over again. Big Dead Alive likes to draw Jinx a lot, SB99 likes to draw the Loud House Girls a lot, and I like to draw Ami and Yumi a lot. In Herny's case, he likes to draw Creepy Susie from the Oblongs and Phantasma from Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. I always love it when artists draw obscure characters. Herny also does a lot of not safe for work material, but he keeps it simple, mostly just drawing nude pinups. And you know what? That's cool. You don't need to see intercourse all the time. Sometimes you just want to chill and look at a bunch of girls looking pretty and admire the beauty of the human body. Guess that's why one of his blogs is named Kinda Herny Art. If you love cartoony art that might make you an eager McBeaver, go check out Herny Duck. And finally, for today, I'm going to talk about an artist who is one of my biggest influences for polishing up my style. He's the horny guy from Honduras, Gerph. Gerph has a style that is so hard to describe. I can tell it has an anime influence, but it's so vibrant and geometric. His art kind of reminds me of graffiti. You can imagine seeing one of his drawings at a skate park or on the side of a building. Gerph started out from humble beginnings, but he eventually developed into one of the net's most successful independent artists, turning to Patreon to keep himself going, and creating his own doujin comic, Skartney's World. Yeah, let's talk about that. Gerph is another creator of his own characters. There's Anissa, the cute girl, Minty, the badass girl, and the main girl, and my personal favorite, Scarpney. I love her for obvious reasons. She loves mayonnaise. Oh, so do I. Mayo french fries, anyone? Scarpney is so gorgeous that she's one of my top waifus, and I have no shame in that. Now, I can't show you any of Gerph's more lewd stuff, but I will say he does things that would make even Shadman blush. His surreal style and exaggerated proportions lend itself to make some of the most creative art pieces you'll ever see in lewd form. I just love Gerph's art so much. I love the shading, I love the highlights, I love the thick outlines, and I love his characters. If you don't know him already, do yourselves a favor and go suck in his artwork. Kids, stick to the safe stuff. Adults, go see the main Mayo. Now before I go, a lot of people in the comments have been asking me, do you only like art that has girls standing around looking sexy? And I would like to respond to that. Yeah, pretty much. See ya. Okay, I'll give a real response. Yes, I do like a lot of girly art, but at the same time, I make these videos to showcase artists that don't get a lot of attention. I could talk about classic artists like Van Gogh or Picasso, but come on, what can you say about those guys that hasn't been said already? And this is coming from a guy whose favorite fine artist of all time is Salvador Dali. But what can I say about him? You all know his art is great. At least you should. But you know, I see internet artists as the new fine artists of this generation. And by coincidence, I happen to discover a whole bunch of talented artists who draw a lot of women. Is that bad? I don't think so. It's just one of those things where if you like a subject matter, you're going to discover people who draw that said subject matter. And in my opinion, it doesn't matter what you draw, it's how well you draw it. And I only pick the best to showcase. So, check out these artists I talked about in this video. What do you think of their stuff? And for this week's question, if you were an artist, what character would you want to draw the most that's not one of your OCs? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, stay loony, my friends.